It's the end of the era with what we got going on here. We're gonna be breaking her down. We're going to clean everything, wipe everything down. It's been a while since I've done this, and you can see a lot of stuff kind of has a little dust on it, which is to be expected. But it's finally time. We're gonna break her down. We're gonna clean it. We're gonna get ready for this project that we're doing. I'll be taking the 91 grapefruit to F2 while also saving the pollen from the males from this F1. We'll be hitting them to Mandala effect. 91 grapefruit is a strain from Alabrie, and the Mandala effect is from Night Owl. That's gonna be my plan. We'll see how everything kind of unfolds. I kind of have an idea of what we'll do. Is we've got 9 seeds. We're gonna plant every single one of those seeds of the 91 grapefruit. We're going to cull the males as they come up, so we're down to only 1. And then whatever females show up, they will be receiving the pollen. As those males come up and we find where we're down to that selection of just the 1, I will plant some Mandala effects in their place, and we will hit them as we can. This is my first project that I'm doing of anything, pollen chucking, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be a learning process. I'm excited about it. Something I've been wanting to really do for a long time, so it'll be fun. We'll have some seeds to mess around with, or we could completely screw it up and not get anything from it. But this is the start to the project. All I have right now is some of our little plants, little bonsais that we have here, some of our solo cups that was for the green gauntlet, and whatever is left. This tarp has been down for a year, and that's been walking on it, dirt on it, water on it. So it's held up pretty good. We are gonna break her down. This is a 10.5 by 10.5 foot room. I may end up changing the lights out. I do have another light that I'd like to add in here. As most people know that have been around me for a little bit, we've had this one in this spot, but we've got another larger light. So if I can put that larger light in there and then have these two next to each other, or maybe we'll just get rid of one of these. I'm not really sure. I do like these lights. It's been working well for me. I know there is definitely more quality equipment that is out in the market, but this has worked for me so far. So I am gonna run them into the ground until they're done. These are the 480 watt. I can't remember what exact model it is. I wanna say SF, maybe I don't know, 5,000 something, which would make sense if they just did like SF 480, but I'm not sure. So we're gonna break her down. All of our fans will be taken out. We're gonna wipe them down, clean them. I've got some germicidal bleach, I believe it was called, so we will get it all cleaned out. I don't think that these will make it back up on the wall. We'll just go ahead and leave them bare. We'll pull all the posters down. Everything will get wiped down real good. We'll get this running back. I've had this off for a little bit because my cover for it up top, so this runs through there. My pre-filter on there got kind of junky, so we got a new one. We'll get that cleaned up and going again. But also behind that poster is actually my old exhaust fan exhaust hole that I had before I started dumping it outside. We're gonna obviously keep this 8-inch, but I may also hang up the 6-inch and then just mount it to the wall here and have that for a little bit more air movement. And what we'll be doing, at least for this project, is bringing the whole room up together and then breaking it down each time. So we'll give her a try. All right, y'all, the room has been cleaned. We pulled everything out. We sprayed all the walls and the floor down with a diluted per the germicidal bleach label. What it said, I think it was like 1 gallon per 3/4 cup of the bleach. Had to run out to Home Depot because I forgot I didn't have any staples, and I used the staple to put the tarp down. So we've got a new fan added. We also took all the old fans out, sprayed them down with the germicidal bleach, sprayed them down with some of that air, got them all cleaned. Now they're all back. We've got this new one. So my idea with this is, we've got this one sitting on the pedestal. We're gonna put it in the back corner. The fan that used to be right up here is now gonna be at the most high point up there. And we're gonna try to create a vortex because I did have some dead space and maybe this will help it. So my thinking is we're gonna have this one at this level. We're gonna have this next one up here pointed towards that side. So it's getting the air movement this way. We're gonna have the next one down just a little bit further, pointing our airflow this way. And then we're gonna have this one. I'm gonna mount it to the wall, just right over there at the lowest point, pushing everything over this way. So effectively, hopefully we're gonna be creating a little bit of a vortex around here. It should be interesting to see how the space in the middle does. But we'll be moving some more air around. If we've got to get more airflow, then we will think about maybe adding some other ones. But I think that should be enough. We've got some, these are pretty large fans. And you don't necessarily have to have them oscillating. I think if you get enough air movement within the room, just what you've got going on with stationary fans should be enough. We're gonna go old school. We're gonna put some pantyhose on the intake of this. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it back on the timer. What I did is every hour for about, no, I would say, I think I had it set every 2 hours for about a half an hour. We would let this kick on, let it run, just to push fresh air in there. And this is, again, right here at my living space, right there. So it is pulling all the carbon dioxide that all of us mouth breathers and our dogs are, all the carbon dioxide. And on top of it, whenever that is not running, it's going to act as it's just going to be pulling all the air in as our exhaust comes out. So we'll have active and, is it inactive, or I don't know what it's called. But of course I can't think of it as soon as I get talking about it. But I still have not decided if I want to put in that other 6-inch fan. We'll figure that out later. But we're going to at least get these fans up and running. I'm gonna put the tarp down, and then I will bring the lights in here. We will figure out what configuration we're gonna do. I think I'm gonna add one of my larger lights in. It was gifted to me by a friend. It's a 600 watt light. I don't know much about the brand. I don't know that it's like a really, really reputable brand or anything like that. I think it's photo something. I'm not really sure. There's not much literature information on it, so I don't know much about it. We'll put it up, we'll see what it looks like. If I'm happy with it and I can get a nice configuration, we will have that other light up. If not, we will go back to what we had, the 2 spider farmers down the center, and then we'll have that other smaller 2x4 300 watt light right next to it. I have a goal. I know what I want to do. I know that we've got to upgrade her a little bit, kind of beef it up and maybe get a little more light in here. Again, this isn't a super tall room, a little over 6.5 feet, maybe 7 feet. And let's be honest, I don't grow huge, tall plants, so I don't really need big, huge lights. What I have really is adequate enough, but I'd like to have a little bit more coverage area so I can maybe spray out some more plants. We do have an idea of where we're going, but I'm also the type of person that doesn't like to really plan stuff too much, because then I start to psych myself out about things, and if I don't meet that goal, I tend to get a little hard on myself. So we kind of leave things a little loose. We'll kind of go as we play, as it goes, and we'll see. But everything is nice and clean. Still smells like bleach a little bit in here, but I am super excited. I think what my plan is too is we're going to be doing some more. I'm going to get some of that spray foam to kind of get in some of these areas, because I did notice we did have some cracks. We'll try to seal her off a little bit more. I'm trying to think of what else we're going to get all the posters back up, looking all pretty. It's gonna be a fun weekend, but I think we should be good. I should be able to have the EarthBoxes back in here this weekend. Cover crop going. We're gonna let the cover crop grow in just a little bit, just because I did re-amend it. And I re-amended it with Craft Blend and some Bokashi. And I don't wanna burn my seeds once I put them in there. So we're gonna let that cover crop grow in. Plus, that's kind of been my style ever since I've been growing, is using that cover crop, using it to my advantage. It's one of those things that helps me with watering. So maybe some of you, and I still have issues with it, but I found that it does make things a little easier for me. So anybody that may be having some watering issues, plant that cover crop, let it grow in a little bit. You can be a little heavier with your watering, at least I've noticed. So, and also it doesn't dry out as fast because you have that coverage over the soil. Of course, the covers that I use work as well, but there's just something special, something that I like that makes me feel even better about it when I have that cover crop and I see that growing. It just looks more natural. It kind of gives me that better feeling about it. Plus, it's good for the soil. We're definitely gonna be putting more worms in the boxes this time, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll talk about that once we get there. I'm gonna get back to it. All right, y'all, here we go. Tarp is cut. We got it stapled all around. I trimmed all the excess. That way also, if I spill anything in here, I don't have to worry about it going through to the wood. Now, time to get the lights in here. I'm gonna kind of lay them on the ground, see what kind of space I'm looking at, take a mental note as to how I'm gonna lay my boxes out. Who knows, maybe we'll kind of change it up a little bit. We'll see how it is. We'll lay the lights out, see what it looks like, and then look up here, see where my beams are, my joists for my main floor of the house up there. If we have to, we will move around some of these. We just have those into the joists, the floor joists. That's what we use to hang everything up. It's coming together, y'all. I'm excited. This is a big project. I forgot how much work it was when I first set it up. We're gonna improve it, just like our outdoor garden. Like I say every time that I'm on the damn camera, every year we're gonna try to improve with our outside garden. Every time we break down the room, we get it to a point where we can clean it and redo things, we're gonna improve the room. Even if it's just a little bit. We got one more fan. We've improved just a little bit. I'd be happy slapping everything back up the way it was. We got just a little bit extra fan movement in here. Gonna improve things. I can tell you, I was standing right here in the middle. It was blowing around. So, pretty freaking awesome. Super excited about this. Sweat my fat ass. Every time I turn on the camera and we take these videos, I turn off the fan. I haven't been letting these run, but I have the inline fan at least pulling out some of this body heat and sweat that I got going on down here. As you can see, we have the tarp down. What I did was I had a 12 by 16 foot tarp that I got from a local hardware store. Like I said, we had to go pick up some more staples. And this is all totally ghetto rig, right? I mean, I guess I could get fancy with it and do a nice floor and shit, but this has worked for me for now. And until I have the money to actually invest in making this a really awesome grow room, I will do things my way. And this is my way. So we got a heavy duty stapler. We went around, started off on this far wall right here, stapling them all down. Had my lovely assistant, my wife, come down here, help me stretch this tarp out to make it as smooth as possible. Wasn't perfect, but then we stapled one wall, stapled around here. As you can see, we have the 16 foot going this way. I'm gonna take a razor blade and I will cut along the baseboard and we will clean this up a little bit, and then that'll be it. We've got fans up, we've got the tarp down. Next thing that we have to do is figure out our light configuration. Again, we're growing in the earth boxes and we have the tray to grow. I'm gonna see maybe if we can kind of space it out where we can kind of move things out a little bit, but I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure how we're gonna do this, how we're going to put these lights together. We'll figure it out though. We're getting there, one by one. We'll keep coming back. I'll give you some updates, and then we'll plug away a little more. I have a feeling that what I'll end up doing, it's 5 o'clock now. I'll get this in. I will get the lights back up because I do have some of those smaller plants that are still going, so I do have to get them back under a light, and then we will get back to this tomorrow. So this is gonna be a 2-day event, and then we'll wrap her up. All right, y'all, it's it. We came up with our light configuration that we're going to at least run with for now. We've got our spider farmers on either end and our photo bio MX, whatever you want to call it, 600 watt, 480, 600 watt. This is it, y'all. Fans are up, lights are in. We've got cable running across. This one, unfortunately, you had to have the pigtails put in there, so I couldn't have the driver on the wall. But we've got that run up over there. We've got our dimmer. That was only at 40%. Driver's moved over there. Driver moved over there. My room is split onto 2 different breakers, 2 or 3. So I've got it spread out. And we are all set, y'all. Well, I'm gonna get the plants back in. Well, at least just have the little ones off to the side for now. Tomorrow, I'll get back at it. We'll get the boxes cleaned. We're gonna take them outside, spray them down, get them planted, bring them back in here, get the cover crop planted, and then we're off to the races. So, It's been fun. All right, guys. Next day, we've got our EarthBox. We're going to get them all laid out here. Go grab the hose. We'll start getting them all cleaned up. See, a lot of this is from we have well water here. And I'm guessing it's just all the buildup from being in there for over a year. But we're gonna scrub all this off, get it all cleaned up. I'm excited. Time for more cleaning. Let's go. We got the earth boxes and all the little parts with it rinsed off. We got everything laid out. A little scrubber. Probably don't need to do this, but again, trying to set myself up for success. Might as well just go that extra step and clean her up real good. Get her ready for another, year plus again of a no-till run in these earth boxes. So let's set them up like if they were brand new, all nice and clean. Let's get scrubbing. All right, tubes clean, bottoms, shelves clean. Got these all scrubbed up. Got to the last one. Now we're gonna come back through, rinse them all down. All right, y'all. Clean, clean, and clean. One of the girls over there is making some noise, letting us know she's hard at work. So we're gonna get these back together, get these inside the house, get them filled up. Don't mind the mess here. These totes doing all this shit has really taken up a lot of space. These things are freaking huge. These are 55-gallon totes, the ones from Home Depot. And what I've been doing is, as these boxes come down from in the room, I'm taking the soil, we put it in there, re-amended it, and it's basically just been sitting there waiting for the last box to get done. And here we are. So this has been sitting in there, re-amended. We're going to get this out, fill these up, get them in our room. Also, we got our chapin. We're gonna use some Q. We'll show you how we're gonna set these up for anybody that has not set up a earth box. What you do is you've got those little wicking corners on either side. We're going to pack it in, get it a little wet. This is just so when we do that first watering and all that stuff, it doesn't start going through our little grates down there. Once we get that little piece packed, we're gonna start filling it up. Corners packed. We're pushing them down. Taking our chapin. Boom. Hitting that corner. That's it. This soil is pretty good. I kind of pre-soaked it when I set everything up in here. So it's holding. It could probably have a little bit more, but I think this is perfect for where we're at right now, getting these loaded up. Sorry, little wormy, I didn't mean to squish you, but this will be perfect for us to get it loaded up. And then what we'll do is, once we get everything in there, cover crop, we'll give it a light mist over the top. We'll be ready to rock and roll. All right, y'all, I am making a mess. I'm gonna get my butt kicked. But we've got all the earth boxes filled. We're on to the tray to grow. So I've got my base, my little trolley so I can move these things around. We got our auto pot tray to grow. We got our wicking mat. We're gonna get that pre-soaked. And then we've got our, what used to be a copper lining. That's to help the roots not go through. But with this, what we do is we take the corner, that's gonna go right there. We're gonna push this down, and then this will effectively be our wicking system. So it'll be in there. Water will flood the tray. It's gonna get soaked up through there. Go past our root mat and then into our bed. Let's get her together. We've got this soaked just like that. We're gonna push those in. Now our cover which is supposed to stop roots growing through. I can tell you it didn't, but we're gonna put it on anyways. When I took this apart, there was roots growing through that. It may have been where it grew through, managed to get through the side, but either way, it did not stop the roots as it was said to do. Again, maybe that was something that I did wrong, but we're gonna put it back on. We're gonna run it just the way it was. So we got the bed all together, our New Moon custom bed for the tray to grow. It's in place. Now, let's fill her up. All right, y'all. We got our New Moon pot over there. Some of our plants that we have been running still. New Moon bed. And our 6 earth boxes. Success, y'all. We have everything loaded back up. Next step, cover crop. We're gonna go all through here, sprinkle some, and then I'll have some other soil that we'll just kind of sprinkle on top, just a light layer, because as you can see, I didn't fill these up completely. My plan is, again, I'm gonna be running these no-till for hopefully another year or so. So I need room to be able to top dress. So that's why we haven't filled them up all the way with any of them. So we got room to grow. We got our frog chilling over here, loving life. We got our bonsai pots. We'll probably get those beans soaking tonight. But yeah, unfortunately, my lights, I run a 20 light cycle on, 4 off. Right now, my lights are off, so we just have our regular old lights. So that's why it's kind of dark in here. Pretty fucking stoked.